So here we are going to talk about a concept called command line arguments. Okay. So in this particular thing, we will be seeing about what is a command line argument. Okay. So to whom are we actually, or it is an argument which is passed to what? Okay, it's an argument which is passed to main function. Okay, and how are we going to use this command line arguments? Okay, and how can we dynamically give the input for each run? Okay, so this is what we are going to see in this command line argument. So before that, we need to understand what is a command line argument. So before going into all this, let me ask you one particular question. Say if it is a C program, so which is the function in which the C program starts its execution with? So all of you know that C programs will always start its execution from the main function. Okay, so it is kind of the core of every program, right? So that is the main function wherein it has got all the, so it will have all the other supportive functions and user defined functions, syllable functions, everything you're going to use inside, or you're going to have your call from the main function. So can the main function also have arguments is the question now. Yes, the main function can also have arguments. Such kind of arguments are called as the command line arguments. So command line arguments are those arguments which are passed as parameter to a main function. Okay, so where do we give this? Yes, we will give this during the execution of the program. Okay, so while executing a particular program, we will be providing this arguments explicitly, and that will be provided by the user. We will see how it is done. So basically, the C have defined in such a way that its main function has got two inbuilt parameters. So it cannot have more than two parameters. So it definitely has got two parameters. Okay, let me take the pointer. So it has got two different parameters. One is the argc and the other one is argv. Okay, so the name of the parameters are arbitrary. So however, argv and argc, but this is the convention which we use. So it's conventionally used for years. So basically, we'll use argc and argv. So this is the syntax for your main function with as the parameters being passed. So int main, this is the return function. This is your main name of the function main, and normally the first parameter int. So argc is an integer. So argc is an integer, and the second one is argv. So we will come to this later. So we will see what this argc is. So argc is nothing but the number of the arguments on the command line. Say I told you like we will be passing the command line arguments in the execution step. So how will we normally execute a particular, how will we say if we have a function called say vi, so we are doing it in the Linux compiler, CC compiler, C compiler. Say if we have vi sample.c, this is my file. I am writing it using the vi editor. So vi sample.c, I have written all my programs. So while compiling, I'll be writing it as cc sample.c. Now I need to execute it. How will I execute it? I will execute it as ./a.out. So ./a.out is the file. Okay, is a file with which is the step with which I will execute my C program. Right. So normally I have at least one execution step. So ./a.out. At least something is the file name is there. So this argc will hold the number of the arguments on the command line. So if I am simply executing my file without passing any explicit arguments, then what will happen? My argc will be remained as 1. So by default, the argc, the value of the argc will be at least 1. So that is what is shown here. And argc is nothing but it's just an integer. It is just an integer. So value for this argument is not entered by the user. That you have to very clearly keep it in mind. So it is not entered by the user. User don't have to enter what this argc is. So the system itself determine the number of the arguments it has got from the execution step. So if it is only ./a.out, the system will determine that okay, argc is 1. Say I have ./a.out welcome. Then the system will understand, okay, I have dot slash a dot out and welcome. So I have two arguments. So my argc will be 2. So this is how it works. So this is nothing but an integer and it will be automatically determined by the system. This has not to be entered by the user. Now we will move on to the second argument. Okay. So second argument is a pointer to an array of character pointers. So you have an array. So basically you have got an array. In that array, each element is what? Again pointers. They are pointers to character. They are pointers to character. So each character pointer in the argv corresponds to a string containing a command line argument. So that means if you have dot slash a dot out, say welcome Cine. So if you have, so how many argc? So argc value will be 3 now. And your argv of 0 will be pointing to the name of the program, that is dot slash a dot out. Then argv of 1 will be pointing to the first argument, which is nothing but welcome. Then argv of 2 will be pointing on to the third one, that is nothing but Cine. So this is how it works. So each character pointer in the argv array corresponds to a string, okay, containing a command line argument, and each command line argument is a string. Always understand each command line argument is a string. So that will be taken as a string. Say in your application, if you want to use, say, sum of two numbers, if you are, even if you are giving it as dot slash a dot out 2 5, that 2 and the 5 will be taken as a string. So if you want to pass any numerical information, now it is the duty of the user to convert it explicitly from string to integer. So now it is a duty of the user. So user has to explicitly convert, say, dot slash a dot out 2 5. That 2 5 will be automatically taken as a string. Okay. Now the user has to explicitly write a function, say a to I, that is an string to integer conversion function explicitly in order to convert that first argument. Then again the second argument, you have to convert it according to your application. And always make sure that if you have arguments, multiple arguments, you have all the arguments has to be separated by spaces. So dot slash a dot out, then you should have a space, then you should have welcome, then you should have a space, then you should have what the next. So that space will count the number of the arguments in the command line. So you have two arguments, one is argc and the second one is argv. Always understand argv, in argv each and every position, each and every place, it's again a pointer which points to what? To a character array, okay, to an array of characters. So this is a simple example, the simplest example which you could ever see. So you have argc, when the program is executed, say if I am giving dot slash a dot out, I'll be giving string 1, string 2. So all these things will be taken as strings. That is the one which you have to understand. This is kind of the syntax. Now what are the rules? So the program has to should convert them into proper internal format. Okay. So as a programmer, the name of the parameters in the main should be specified, but the type and the format are predefined for the, this is predefined. Now this is an example. So in this there are two different examples. One is just to print the command line argument. Second one is adding the two numbers. We will see that both of them separately. First one is program to print the command line argument. So you are passing your argc, you have two arguments, argc and argv. Okay. And what are you doing? You are actually printing the number of the arguments. How can you print the number of the arguments? From my integer argc. Okay, argc will give me the number of the arguments. What is name of the program? Name of the program is nothing but I will get it from argv of 0. That is, say if it is dot slash a dot out, or if I have redirected as minus o dot slash a dot out, if I have redirected to something else, say cc sample dot c minus o sample. So I will, how will I run it? I will run it as dot slash sample, then again followed by the arguments. So whatever be the file name, that will be printed in argv of 0. Then I have a for loop just to make sure that all the arguments which I have given as printed. Say I have cc command 1 dot c. This is my, so what is this command 1? Command 1 is nothing but the name of the file. Then dot slash a dot out welcome. So how many arguments are there? I have two arguments. First one is, this is the argv of 0. This is argv of 1. So I have two arguments, 1 2 arguments. So my argc will be printed as 2. Now what is the name of the program? Name of the program is argv of 0. This is argv of 0. So a dot out will be printed. Now I have a for loop which will start from the 1. So it is starting from 1. So it starts from welcome. Okay, it starts from welcome and then it goes till 2. So it will run only once. So what will be printed? The user entered value 1. Okay, is argv of 1. What is argv of 1? It is welcome. Now the second time what will happen? I will be incremented 2 less than 2. It will come out from the loop. So this is what the first example is. So here we are going to see a small example on command line arguments. So in this example, you could clearly see that we are passing two different arguments to the main. So these are the default arguments. One is argc and the other one is argv. So argc is nothing but the number of the arguments that is passed after the during the in the execution step. So that is nothing but the argc. So that is determined automatically by the system, so we don't have to explicitly give. And argv is nothing but it's a pointer to a pointer array, and that pointer array, each of the pointers in the array is in turn pointing to a character. Okay, so that is nothing but argv. So it's basically points to a string, or you could say that it is pointing to a string. So that is what it is. So here the number of the arguments are argc, so that we don't have to give anything explicitly. System will determine this. Say if you are giving dot a slash out, say good and space morning, then the system will take it as 3. So argc will be determined by the system automatically. Okay, and argv is nothing but v of 0 will be dot slash a dot out, and then argv of 1 will be good, and argv of 2 will be morning. So now if we could see this example, so it's just a for loop which will print argv of I. So however be the number of the arguments which I give, that will be printed. So in this example, say if I give hi and init and command, so what will be printed here? So if I run this particular program, it will print the number of the arguments. Say I have dot a slash out, dot b slash out, then hi int command. So I have 4. So in the output I could see my argc is printed as 4. Argc is printed as 4, and see here argv of 0, that is printed as a dot out, and each of the other values is nothing but hi init command. So everything is printed one by one here. So this is what the program is. So in this program it is very clear. So argc and argv of, it's an array, so pointer array. So these two are the arguments which are passed to the main function. Okay, and argc is determined automatically by the system, and argv it will be taken from the command line arguments which we give. So that's all about the first part. Then we have another. So this is just the running of that same function. Now the second one is nothing but about the sum of two numbers. So in the sum of two numbers, to just say that again your sum is made as 0 here. Okay, so you have made the sum as 0. Okay, initially, as we do every time. Then what you are doing is you are making sure that you have 3 arguments. Say, because say if you are adding 2 numbers, you should have your dot slash a dot out, then say 2 5. So you should at least have three arguments. So if you don't have 3 arguments, it will show you that you have forgotten to type some number. Otherwise, what you are going to do is you are again having a for loop. In that for loop, what you are having, you have sum plus ATOI. So this is the main thing which I told you. Say if your arguments which you have passed has to be taken as a numerical value, then you have to explicitly convert with the help of an A to I. So string to integer conversion. So string to integer conversion of the first argument will be taken, then the second argument will be taken, and it will be doing a summation here. So this is the main step which you need to understand here. So if you are, because by default the value will be taken as a string. So it will be taken as a string. So that has to be explicitly converted by the user according to the application which he does. That is the main thing which you have to understand. So this is the next example which we are going to see. So in this it is very clear that you could see the argc and argv. So we are passing both the parameters to the main, and you are making the sum as 0. So basically this is a program for sum of two numbers. Okay. So you are just making sure that you should at least have three arguments. Why do you need three arguments? Because your first argument is nothing but your program name or dot slash a dot out, okay, or dot slash sample or whatever, dot slash your program name or the whatever the name which you are going or redirecting into. And then after that you should add, you are going to add two numbers, so definitely you should have two more arguments. So totally you should definitely have three arguments. If you are not having three arguments, then it will say that okay, you have missed out some numbers. And then when you are printing the numbers, you are taking each argument at a time. Okay, you are starting from 1 because you know dot slash a dot out you cannot take it. So after that you are taking, say if I'm giving dot slash a dot out 2 and 5, I should get the answer as 7. So I'm starting with 1. So I less than argc and I plus plus. So this is the normal loop which we all know. Here the major thing which you have to understand is in the command line argument, when you are giving the arguments in the command line, it will be taken as string. So we have already seen that it's a character array, it's a string array. So the pointer to a character, so that you know that. So it's a string. So your 1 and say if you're passing the arguments 2 and 5, then 2 and the 5 will be taken as string. So that has to be converted into an integer, okay, before the summation. So sum is 0. So 0 plus a toy, that is a to I, okay, whatever be your this thing into integer. You are converting the first argument. First argument, say it is 2. So 2 as a string is converted into an integer, and that is taken for the summation. So 0 plus 2, and the second time what will happen is 0 plus 5, but its integer form will be taken. So the 2 and the second time the 5 will be taken and your sum will be 7. So this is how this implementation happens. So when we run this, see here, so automatically it is given as you have forgotten to type the numbers. So here you are going and you are going to give 2 space is required, and 5, and now again you are going to run that. So when you run it, it's just taking a bit of a time. So it is giving the output as the sum is 7. Okay. So according to the input which I have given, it is giving you the output as 7. So this is the program. So just make sure or keep it in mind that argc will determine the numbers automatically. That is determined by the system. So you don't have to give anything explicitly. But in your command line argument, whatever you give, that is taken as strings. So that has to be converted into an integer. So that is the user's job. That is your job. So this is again the program for the just to see the same program. Now this is nothing but the copying of the content of one file to another file. So in this particular example, it is very clear that you are passing, so your argc is there, argv is there, and you have two file pointers, one is fs and ft. So both of this file pointer is pointing to two different files. So now what you are going to do is you are making sure that, say you are copying from one file to another file, so you should have your dot slash a dot out, then two files has to be there. So the first file will be say a.txt and the second file is say b.txt. So you should at least have three different arguments. So otherwise it will say that invalid number of arguments. Now fs is pointing to say a.txt and that is opened in the read mode. Okay. So arg1. So dot slash a dot out will be your a argv of 0. Then a.txt will be argv of 1 and b.txt will be argv of 2. So here your first file you are taking it as in the read mode. If it is null, you will say that the source file is not found. Otherwise, what you are going to do is you are going to write the contents of the first file onto the second file. So you are opening the second file b.txt, which is an argv of 2 in the write mode. If it is null, you will say that okay, it's not found. Otherwise, what you are going to do is you have a simple loop. In the loop, what you are going to do is you are taking character by character from fs, that is a.txt, and each of the character you are going to put in ft, And what is your condition for breaking? Your condition for breaking is nothing but till your fs, all the character in fs, that is the first file a.txt, reaches the end of the file. So if EOF is nothing but end of file, it reaches the end of file, then you have to break. Otherwise, you have to take each character from the first file and put it in the second file. And it is always mandatory, as you would have gone through the previous sessions of files, so you will know that when you have opened a particular file pointer, you have to make sure that it is closing. Okay, it is closed, so you are closing it here. So when we see this, can we see the we will see a demo of the same. Let me just off this pointer. So see here, this is the demo for your files. So next is an example wherein we are going to show about how the CLA, that is command line arguments, can be used in the case of the files. So this is a simple file program which you could see. So here in the main we are passing two main arguments, argc and this thing, and we have two file pointers, one is fs and ft. So here also we are making sure that we are at least passing two different what is that, text files. Okay, so here I am going to use two text files. So if you are not passing at least three arguments, it will throw you an error. Okay. So you are actually, what you are going to do in this particular program is nothing but you are trying to copy the content of one file and trying to pass it on to the next file. That is what you are going to. So you are copying from file, say a.txt, and you are going to copy it to b.txt. That is what you are going to do. So you are going to open your first argument in the read mode. If it is null, then you will say that okay, it is not found. If it is not found, that you will say. Otherwise, what you are going to do is, you are going to open your second file, that is argv of 2 is nothing but your second file, in the write mode till your ft. Ft is till your ft. If your ft is equal to null, then you will say that it is not found. Otherwise, what you will do is, till your fs, that is your first file. Okay, you are getting each and every character from your first file until it becomes feof. It is nothing but end of the file. What you are going to do, you are going to put each of the character onto ft. Ft is that of the second file, which is the which has been opened in the write mode. Okay, you are going to put it, and finally you are closing it. Say for this example, I am going to take two different files. So a.txt. So in the a.txt, what I'm going to do is, so this is the new file. Okay, so this is what I have done. Then I am again starting another file called b.txt. Okay, wherein I have not written anything. So nothing is there in the b.txt. In a.txt, okay, I have something called, this is a new file. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to run this particular program. Okay, so if I'm running it without anything, it will say that okay, invalid number, because I've not given any arguments, so it will show you that invalid number of arguments. So now I'm going to give the arguments and run it. So what all are the arguments which I need to give? I need to give ./a.out. Then after that I need to give two more arguments. So the first argument is a.txt, okay, space, then I'm going to give b.txt. So what I am expecting is, whatever be the content in a.txt, that has to be written in b.txt, which is right now, what is it? Right now it is empty. So I'm going to run this particular program. So I think it's successfully run. So see here, in a.txt, this is a new file. In b.txt also the same content has been copied. So this is how you could see that. Okay, so your output is, see here, you have given two different arguments. What you have done is, you have copied the contents of a.txt to b.txt. So this is a program which uses the file with the with the concept of command line arguments. So this is the same output for the file which I have run. So you could see that. So in a b.txt, you could see the output. So that's all. Now this is just an example for, so what will be the output of the program? myprog.c. This is your myprog.c. If it is executed from the command line. So this is what is the, these are the command line arguments. So this is your myprog, and then you have 1, 2, 3. These are the arguments. So it is asked to print as argv of 1. So what is argv of 1? This is argv of 0. Then you have argv of 1 as 1. So your output will be 1. So the same thing is executed here, and you could see. So if you have 3 different text files, whatever it is given, so say your first argv of 1, say here the argv of 1 is a.txt, that will be outputted. Now the second question is, what will be the output of the program? Sample.c given below if it is executed. So if it is executed, what happens? Here also you are asked to print argc and argv of 1. So this is your argv of 0, argv of 1, argv of 2. So you have 1, 2, 3. So you have argc as 3 and your arg1 as good. So there is a space. So the argv will be printed as good, not good morning. So that's the only thing which you have to understand. So here you could see the same example. And then this is another program which gives you what will be the output of the program if it is executed like this. So you are giving sample 1, 2, 3 and you are adding all the arguments. So make sure that what will be the output here. Here will you be able to add like this argv of 1, argv of 2 and argv of 3. See here, understand here this 1, 2, 3 are taken as string. So you need to explicitly convert that numerical. If you want to use it as numerical values, that has to be explicitly converted here by using A to I. So in this particular program, they have not converted. So what will happen? It will throw you out an error. So this is the error which you will get. Okay. So basically this has to be converted. If it is to be executed as an arithmetic operation, then it has to be explicitly converted. So it will throw you out an error. Then the other one is, every time we supply new set of values to the program and command prompt, we need to recompile the program. No, only input will be changed. So understand, you will do the recompilation when you have done some modifications to your original file. So when you have any modifications done to the original file, then you have to recompile. Otherwise, you could use the same exe file any number of times. So that is how we use all the application exe files. Now, the second one is, first argument to be supplied at command line must always be the total number of the count of the total arguments. Always understand your first argument is argc. So the argc is it's not an integer which is supplied by the user. It is an integer which is determined automatically by the system. So that is what you have to understand. So that's all about command line arguments. So I think you've got an idea about what is command line arguments and how it works. So always understand, command line arguments are those arguments which are actually the arguments to the main function, because always your execution of a C program will start from the main function. And these are the argc and argv are the two arguments which are passed arguments, default arguments of the main function. So, and how to pass the arguments? Argc is automatically determined by the system, and argv is nothing but each character pointer. It's an pointer to an array of character pointers. So always understand, it's a pointer to an array of character pointers. And each character pointer in the array corresponds to a string. So always understand, whatever be the number of the things which we give, so all these things are considered as strings. All the strings are strings. So if you have to do any numerical operation, what you have to do, you need to explicitly convert that string into an integer by using the inbuilt functions. So hope you got an idea about what is command line arguments. Thank you for listening. Just go through it once again and understand how it works.